What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders Awakened and my speed run to Massacre mode. So I went through and completed the Nightmare campaign. I went back and did a full prom survival run, and now I am to the point where it's just straight grind to get to level 83. Now, it has been a little bit challenging. As most of you know, there's some visual numbers and the visual indicator on your character bar up top for your XP is not correct. However, internally, the game does appear like it's tracking XP properly. So I went and I did 5 more prom survival runs. I did map number 32 and map number 33 at wave 20 starts. I got 70 million and 71 million from each of those. And then I decided to try to minimize the amount of maps to do, and I did map 34, 35, and 36 at wave 15 starts, recording 110 million on 2 of those attempts and 113 million on the last one. Now, I'm on map number 37 up next, and I believe this is the map that's going to get me to level 83. We're going to have to see how it goes here. The XP that it shows up on the indicator bar is 100% not correct. When I actually left the last map, it was more like 70% completed through this 81 bar. So I believe this run will get me to level 83. However, I am going to have to do one more wave 15 start. So that was the 1 clear, and then it's going to be 1 complete clear of prom, 2 wave 20 starts, and 4 wave 15 starts is what it's going to take to get me there. Now, I think I would have been better off if I would have just done wave 15 starts the whole time. I think we would be a lot closer now, and it's not going to be this close. But before we hop in and get started, let's take a look at the stats. Here is my Warden. Now remember, I've done several prom survivals now, so I do have a lot of level 83 gear sitting. So I will be getting some big gains the second I hit level 83. Now I am using the DSTs as well. So I've got the Apprentice in the mix. This is my Apprentice stats. Then on my Huntress. The Huntress, I've still just been going with gas traps, but I have played around with some explosive traps. So I do have some points into power now. However, the majority of my points are into range. And I'm out at 1470 range there. On my Monk, the Monk is doing ensnares and electric auras. I started putting more points into power, as you see. And I don't have power all the way up as my main stat yet, because I did focus on range for all the passives. Yet that is a look at my Monk. And then the EV, still full power, doing nothing but buff beams, and this is a look at my loadout for the EV here. Now, I am not actually using the Rogue right now at all, because let's be honest, it's prom survival. I'm kind of boosting it out on some DSTs and just kind of chilling. So I'm going to go through and show you all the wave 15 start build that I've been using just to grind XP. Now, I've done a few of these maps super quick. Wave 15 starts in about 30 minutes. I've also had one take over an hour as I was doing a little Netflix at the same time. So this is a very chill build, and this is the wave 15 start that I've been using. Now, starting things off, at each one of these side entrances, I've been going with an Ensnare Aura right up to the spawn, an electric aura right on top of that, a gas trap at just a convenient point outside of the spawn. I've been putting it slightly offset to make upgrades a little bit easier there. And then on each spawner, I've been tucking away a root somewhere. In this area, I've been putting it right up top. And then putting down just one wisp. Just one wisp is all it's really taken to make the difference on each of these lanes and make this just a super chill run. So that's how I've been starting it off, just going with that right there on each lane. So it's a rinse and repeat over here. We're going to go with 1 ensnare, 1 electric, 1 gas trap slightly behind those. And then here, I'm just going to throw the wisp right out in the open. We're going to put the root, say, right here. we'll put our wisp back behind it, so just so the buff beam can still hit the gas trap. And then we'll throw that buff beam right on top of it. So just something, say, like that. Now we're putting it right out in the open on this lane as well. We're going right up to the spawn with our ensnare and our electric aura. Bringing the gas trap back just slightly behind it. And then going with our root and our wisp down in the back just to clean things up. So this has been working pretty well. It seems like it's a little bit overkill, but with the DST power that I'm at right now, my DSTs just don't have a ton of clearing power, and just having that one wisp per lane makes a big difference. Now over on this side, I do things just a touch differently. And over here, we're going to be using 2 wisps, and we're not going to be using our root as a blockade. So we're going to hide the root on this one as well. Let's get our gas trap in, just once again slightly behind. And then I'm going to put my roots back up behind this wall here where they're safe and protected. And then here I am going to go with 2 wisps. So this lane gets a little bit more ogre action than the others, so I'm doubling up on the wisps here. And then that is going to allow me just enough DU to get in 5 DSTs right up here. So we're going to put 2 facing towards this copter lane back over behind me. We're going to put 1 facing the copter lane just over to my right here, but additionally covering that entrance. And then we're going to put 2 more that is just covering both of the other entrances. So making sure to turn those slightly over so that the angle is going to cover both of those doors right there. Now that leaves me 5 DU left. We're going to go ahead and throw down a little bit of buff beam action. And we should be able to get a 4 DU buff beam right here. And then we're just going to throw 1 reflect beam in just to make things all nice and safe. Now, as I mentioned, I've been kind of chilling on my monk and just chillaxing it out right here. Full ups into that buff beam. And just going to throw... Actually, I threw it into that TST by accident. That's alright. So, intentionally full buffs onto the buff beam and not that DST. But what can you do? It's already there now, so let's just let it fly here. And just kind of chillaxing it out for wave 15. Now, every once in a while, an orc does make it up to one of the cores and gives it a little slap. However, it has not been enough to take down any of the cores, even back since I very first started doing this build with significantly lower stats before I got all of this gear from these survival runs. Now, the thing I'm really getting here, besides just grinding the XP, is I'm putting together some fine-tuned sets of gear for this tier. Now, they're not perfect by any means, however, they are pretty darn good, and that's going to make my transition into Massacre mode just go much easier, no doubt. So we're just going to chillax it out on top of these DSTs here and wait for the mobs to burn, and I am super hoping that this map is going to get me to level 83. If it doesn't get me to level 83, I do think it's going to get me super close. This is map 37, of course. If this one gets me there, then I'm going to be able to go from 0 to Massacre mode in 38 maps, which that is pretty darn cool, so I'm looking forward to that. However, we're not there yet, so let's go ahead and just run on through this particular map. No real upgrade priority. I've been going around and hitting the buff beams, the electric auras in each lane, the wisps in each lane, just like 1 upgrade per wave, and then dumping everything else that's remaining into the DST stack over here, and I will do that throughout the run here. So let's go ahead and jump on forward until we get a little bit closer to the end. And here we are at wave number 20. Now, I've got the DSTs all full up all the way around. As you see, I am just a touch, almost 25% of the way through level 82. So I'm actually really worried I'm going to hit level 83 on this one. However, the XP that you see here is not a correct figure, but after you finish a wave and you get an end of wave bonus, if you don't swap heroes, it appears that the XP on the visual indicator is accurate. So I'm almost about 25% of the way through 82. So like I said, I am sweating it just a touch. This is where we're at, though. I'm just at this point just kind of spamming upgrades into everything else, making note to upgrade or repair any of those routes if they take any damage. So once again, just rinsing and repeating, just kind of chilling. You do get an ogre right at the start of the wave over on that lane, which I have been spraying into and helping out a little bit. As long as that route doesn't go down, then it's pretty much GG's, and as you see, the route is still standing, so we're in pretty good shape here. And let's go ahead and jump on forward to wave 25 and hopefully level 83. Alright, and here we go into wave 25, and sadly, I am quite certain that I'm not going to hit 83 off this run. I've just got a little bit too much XP to chase here. I do have most of everything upgraded on the map. The thing that's really getting me here if I don't hit 83 is I know that in this run where I was attempting to get the fewest number of maps, I know I'm going to have at least one unnecessary map if I don't hit 83 on this one, and I'm quite sure I'm not going to make it. As you see, I'm not even at all the way through to the 75% mark of 82 yet, and I think that just leaves a little bit too much for this last wave to try to make it over the hump to 83. So we're going to see how it goes. I will have to do one more map after this one. I'm pretty confident, though, and not really sure what I want to do. I guess it depends on how close I am here to leveling up. But we've got just about everything upgraded. Fully, really. So let's just let it fly here and see how it goes. I did take a shot on the core. As you see, that middle core has got a little bit of damage. I had an orc, or an ogre, or no, it was an orc. Yeah, I had an orc make it over to it. Yeah, there it is in the chat log. An orc made it to the core and got a swing off on the core. And that sadly probably, or it could quite potentially could have cost me the amount of XP I needed to get there. Now, the reason I say that I think I have got one map that I completely wouldn't have to do is if map number 32 and map number 33, I did wave 20 starts, you know? If I would have done wave 15 starts there on just one of those maps, then I would have more than enough, even with the occasional core getting hit and losing some of the bonus XP. So I'd have to say the absolute quickest route as far as maps total done, you're going to want to do wave 15 starts once you get to that level 83 XP grind that we all hit at the end of Nightmare Mode. But we're clearing through it. Let's see what we can do on this one. Like I said, not at the 75% mark, so I am kind of sweating it. I don't think it's going to be enough to get me there. We're going to see. I'm pretty confident it's going to be a good bit light, in fact. So we are going to hop in and do a few more waves. We'll probably have to do one more wave 20 start to get over the hump here, but we can knock that out, of course. And it just adds one additional map that I'm pretty sure is unnecessary to this particular run. But let's see how it goes here. And yeah, as you see on the indicator, we are just shy. Now, a wave 20 start, hell, I think even a wave 23 start would get me there. In fact, why don't we just go ahead and knock that out, and let's hop on in to map number 38. Alright, and here we go in map number 38. So as you see here, I'm doing a wave 23 start for this last one. I built it exactly the same way, but let's go ahead and give it a whirl and see how many waves it's going to take. Now, I'm going to complete this map out regardless, just to get a better giraffe for nothing else. But this, without a doubt, will be the last map. So map number 38 will 100% get us to level 83 without question. So let's see what we can do here. So it may only take one wave, to be honest with you. It might take two. It'll be prior to wave 25 for sure. That's why I just went on and did the wave 23 start. But we're looking pretty good. I'm just going to sit here and boost it out and make sure that we get that XP. Now here you'll be able to see it. Of course, we loaded into a new map. The visual indicator is completely screwed, and after the bonus XP hits for the end of this wave, the visual indicator will be correct as long as I don't swap heroes. If you swap heroes, then that indicator is going to be wrong once again. So we're going to check it out here. That's it's just a visual bug that I'm sure Chromatic is working on. Hopefully they get it fixed soon, because it is, it leads to a little bit of uncertainty there, without a doubt, without knowing the exact numbers of what you need to go up in level. But as soon as this one ticks away, we will see the true visual indicator of the XP value. I don't think this one will get it there. It might. It looked like it needed about 10% maybe as we ended the last map. And this one wave may not do it, but wave 24 without question will get us over the hump. And let's see here, though. We're down to 140 mobs left, so we'll just keep on letting it fly here and see where this leaves us. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Massacre done. In under 40 maps, it's going to end up being, I'm assuming it's going to end up being 39 total maps now. And that's not too shabby, really. So under 40 maps to go from 0 to Massacre mode, that actually got us there. We are level 83 right now. So I can just go ahead and back on out of this one if I want. I think I'm gonna, as I just want to jump on in and get going on Massacre. So we're just gonna skip the rest of this one. Man, if I would have just did one start that was 1 or 2 waves sooner, it would have completely eliminated an entire another map in this particular playthrough. However, there it is. Map 38 gets me to level 83. So that will do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.